logs rolling down rivers, steam engines hauling freshly cut timber, and tiny frontier cabins rising from cleared forests. For more than 2 centuries, generations of workers have shaped this country with their own hands. Sawdust in their lungs, axes in their grip, and pride in every swing. They didn't just build houses, they built communities, railroads, and dreams. From hand-hewn axes to laser-guided scanners, from remote frontier saw pits to massive global mills, every board carries the legacy of those who came before. It's a story of grit, ingenuity, and craftsmanship, a journey that links the sweat and skill of the past to the precision and technology of the modern lumber industry. Every great story of wood begins in the forest, and it doesn't start with machines. It starts with careful forest stewardship. Experts plan which trees to harvest, balancing production with regeneration. This phase, called harvest planning, uses modern mapping tools, drones, and satellite data to protect biodiversity and ensure sustainable yields. Once approved, heavy machinery moves in, turning quiet woods into a symphony of movement and precision. Feller bunchers, equipped with hydraulic saws, grab each tree and cut through it in seconds with astonishing accuracy. The machines don't just fell trees. They trim branches in a step called delimbing, then cut logs to precise lengths, a process known as bucking.
There's a drone.
Each log is then neatly stacked for transport. Powerful loaders arrange them into clean geometric piles ready to be hauled away. Specialized trucks, built for rugged terrain, carry the timber out of the forest, the first leg of its journey to the sawmill. But not all logs become traditional lumber. Some are transformed into a modern engineering marvel, oriented strand board, or OSB. Inside the mill, logs are first debarked and cut into long, thin strands. Each strand is carefully measured for size and grain direction. They are then dried in large rotating drums where hot air removes moisture, preparing them for bonding. Next comes the heart of the process, blending and layering. The dried strands are coated with waterproof resin and wax, then layered in precise patterns. alternating grain directions to maximize strength and stability. Imagine a complex wood fabric engineered to resist bending, warping, and splitting. Once layered, the strands are pressed under extreme heat and pressure, often exceeding 200 degrees, fusing them into a solid, sturdy panel. High-tech sensors monitor temperature, pressure, and moisture every second to ensure consistent quality. After pressing, OSB panels are trimmed, sanded, and cooled. Automated saws cut each board to precise dimensions, typically 4 or 8 feet, while robotic arms stack them into neat bundles for inspection. Each bundle is tagged digitally, linking it to exact batch and production data for full traceability. While American sawmills raced through the boom years, fueled by industrial might and the demand for rapid expansion, Europe quietly preserved centuries-old traditions. In these old-world mills, fathers, grandfathers, and great-grandfathers followed the same rhythm of wood and steel, a rhythm passed down like a carefully kept secret. Across oceans and time zones, the human touch remains, meticulous, patient, and proud. Every cut, every planed surface, every carefully stacked board carries the weight of generations. These mills aren't merely factories, they are living chapters of woodworking heritage, echoing the stories of families, communities, and cultures. They are spaces where history breathes, connecting generations across time and place, reminding us that craftsmanship is not just a skill, it is a legacy. In the quiet heart of Switzerland, surrounded by rolling meadows and hills, lined with fir and pine, stands a sawmill that embodies pure Swiss precision. This is Cerisand SA, located in Rürzes, an advanced facility where technology doesn't replace craftsmanship, but elevates it to levels once thought impossible. Trucks roll into the yard carrying spruce, fir, and larch from nearby forests. Each log is unloaded, cleaned, and tagged for full traceability. The first stop is the measuring and grading station, equipped with 3D scanners and laser sensors that record diameter, length, curvature, and bark thickness. The data flows straight into the mill's control system, where algorithms calculate the optimal cutting strategy for every single log, maximizing yield and minimizing waste. Logs are automatically sorted by species and size, then stacked in waiting bays. Everything moves with calm, silent coordination. No shouting, no rushing, just precise efficiency. This is the Swiss way. Before reaching the saw line, each log passes through the debarker, a heavy steel ring fitted with rotating blades. The goal isn't just cleanliness, but accuracy. Bark can distort sensors, so it must be removed consistently. Next, the bare log enters the scanning tunnel where dozens of lasers and cameras analyze its geometry in real time, mapping every knot, curve, and shadow in 3 dimensions. From this data, the computer determines how to slice the log into the highest quality boards, balancing grain, dimensions, and natural defects. It's a digital version of the old sawyer's intuition, now executed with mathematical precision. At the core of Mesmerizing lies the fully automated saw line, built with Swiss technology and German engineering. Logs are lifted onto the auto-aligned in-feed conveyor and guided into the primary saw, a precision bandsaw that makes the initial slab cuts. As the log moves forward, sensors constantly monitor blade position and pressure. Hydraulic systems adjust tension within milliseconds to guarantee accuracy. Human involvement is minimal. Operators simply oversee the control panels to ensure every system runs in perfect harmony. After the primary cuts, the halved log continues to the edgers and resaws, where each piece is refined into dimensional boards. The process is fast, nearly silent, and astonishingly exact. From raw log to finished lumber, the transformation happens in seconds. Each board emerges smooth, square, and ready for grading. On the conveyor network leading to the sorting area, high-resolution cameras scan each board, evaluating grain, moisture, color, and any defects. The computer assigns every piece a category based on structural integrity and visual quality. The sorting system moves like a mechanical orchestra. Boards glide, shift, and drop into their designated bins with soft, calculated movements, each one landing exactly where it belongs. Behind the scenes, robotic arms handle stacking and alignment, working tirelessly to build perfect, evenly spaced bundles. Every movement is timed, efficient, and synchronized. Swiss craftsmanship translated into code. After sorting, the boards enter the drying phase, either natural air drying sheds or computer-controlled kilns. Temperature and humidity are carefully regulated to ensure even moisture reduction. Once dry, selected boards pass through the planing line, where rotating blades create flawless surfaces and precise edges. This stage defines the final dimensions, every millimeter checked by sensors, every flaw identified. Some boards are tongue and grooved, others prepared for plywood or laminated products. Nothing leaves Zand unless it meets their standard, not only for tolerance but for beauty. Efficiency here goes beyond production. It extends to sustainability. Bark, chips, and sawdust are collected and recycled on site, feeding the mill's biomass heating system, which powers the kilns and warms the facility. As stacks of finished lumber wait for transport, you can feel the quiet pride of Swiss craftsmanship. Each board leaving this yard reflects not just efficiency, but a belief that perfection is found in details too small for the eye to see. Here, the heritage of old sawyers is reborn in the language of robots and sensors, and yet the spirit remains unchanged. Still the same respect for the material, the same rhythm of labor, the same harmony between people, machines, and nature. From the precision of Switzerland, our journey moves north to André's Sawmill in St. Farrell, Haute-Savoie, where high mountain timber meets traditional French craftsmanship. Amid the hum of blades and the scent of fresh spruce, we see how human skill gives wood a timeless soul. At the heart of Europe's woodworking tradition, cold steel meets warm timber. Every cut carries centuries of experience. Large logs arrive from nearby forest, marked, measured, and carefully prepared. Skilled operators guide them into the saws, where heavy machinery precisely aligns each log. The first cut removes outer layers, creating a flat surface for all following cuts. A perfect blend of art and science. Boards glide through the mill, trimmed, squared, and sorted. Sensors and skilled hands ensure every inch is used efficiently. Knots, cracks, and edges are analyzed, and boards are graded for construction, panels, or furniture. Robotic arms or craftsmen stack and package each load. Critical chemical treatments protect the wood from moisture, insects, and decay, extending its life for decades. Finished lumber leaves the mill ready for homes, barns, or modern buildings. Each board carries the quiet mark of its origin, the forest, the mill, and the craft that shaped it. At Francois Sawmill, past and present coexist. Modern machinery, timeless skill, and pride in every cut. And as the sun sets, silence holds the promise of tomorrow's work. In the next chapter, we visit a different corner of the woodworking world where technology and tradition meet. This is Petitronot's Sawmill, where every cut reflects not just millimeters, but generations of experience. Nestled in the quiet hills of the French countryside, shrouded in mist and pine, this family-run mill blends heritage with innovation. Here, wood still breathes, and every cut is guided by knowledge passed down through the ages. Petitron's story begins in the forest. Every log is carefully selected from sustainably managed trees, measured, tagged, and recorded to ensure full traceability. Here, wood is more than material, it is memory. Sawyers treat each log as alive, honoring its weight, scent, and grain. Logs are debarked, sorted and scanned by lasers to plan the most efficient cuts, maximizing yield while minimizing waste. At the heart of the mill, a horizontal bandsaw transforms round logs into squared timber. The rhythmic hum of machinery blends seamlessly with the human touch as operators guide the process. Boards move to secondary processing where edges are trimmed, ends leveled, and scanners detect knots or defects. High-quality boards are set aside for structural use while others go to packaging or furniture panels. Stacks are then prepared for slow drying, allowing air or heat to circulate evenly. This patient process preserves strength, reduces warping, and enhances the wood's natural tone. What sets Petronaut apart is the people. Operators work by instinct, listening and sensing the wood as the blade moves, a rare harmony of human skill and machinery. When the timber leaves the mill, it carries more than commercial value. It carries heritage. From the slopes of the French Alps, we cross the Atlantic to the vast, modern American sawmill industry, where technology, scale, and heritage converge. Inside these giant mills, automation meets history, producing millions of boards each day. It begins at the log yard, where towering timber arrives unloaded by cranes and tracked via RFID. Each log is inspected for species, size, and quality. Branches are removed, and the wood is standardized for the mill. Debarking drums strip the bark, producing chips for energy, while high-tech scanners map each log in 3D, measuring dimensions and flaws. Optimization software calculates the most efficient cuts, blending precision with human oversight. Logs move to main saws, band or circular, cutting them into boards with sensors and hydraulics adjusting in real time. Skilled operators monitor the flow, ensuring quality. Boards are edged, trimmed, and scanned again, then sorted into structural, furniture, or packaging grades. Robotic arms stack boards with meticulous precision, yet human judgment guides the process. Drying is critical. Boards air dry or kiln dry to 12% moisture for stability and warp resistance. Once dry, planers smooth surfaces and square edges, and some boards receive additional treatments for furniture or construction. Even waste is reused. Sawdust and bark fuel kilns or heat the facility. Finally, boards are labeled, packaged, and shipped, from local sites to global markets. Millions of boards are produced each year, yet every piece reflects a balance of scale, technology, and tradition, a tribute to humanity's enduring connection to wood